today I'm here to present you the debut album of Fingerprints, Where the Beat Goes On. Fingerprints were established in 1974 in Minneapolis, and between 77 and 79 they released a few singles and EPs. And then, just when they were about to release their debut album, they disbanded. As you saw, the package of this debut album is a cardboard digipack. It's a slim one with a right inner pocket containing the CD. And the artwork is fully digital. It contains, of course, the logo and the title of the album, as well as live pictures in different sizes and different colors, but all linked in a manner reminding Andy Warhol's pop art style. It's also important to be noted that the word beat in the title of the album isn't written in a linear pattern like the other words. It's in bold type, and all the letters are at different heights and point towards irregular or opposite directions. This stresses out the way that the band is. It goes towards different unexpected directions, and I think it's a very witty way to work on the visual aspect of an album cover. As to the trivia, I'd like to tell you some interesting facts. First of all, in 1979, Fingerprints opened a couple of dates for Blondie in Minneapolis, and after a show, Chris Stein, guitar player for Blondie, asked Michael Owens, guitarist for Fingerprints, if he knew of a recording studio in Minneapolis, and he replied, "Yes, I'm from this city and I have a recording studio." So they contacted producer Jimmy Destry, and in the end, after discussing, they agreed on recording the album at the Blackberry Way record studio, owned by Michael Owens, together with two co-partners. While Michael Owens was going to the hotel to grab some tapes, and he was traveling in a limo next to Debbie Harry, back to the studio, the co-partners prepared the studio for the arrival of the musicians. The recording sessions went smoothly, well into the early morning. Another interesting episode is when Peter Hammill from the band Graaf Generator, after a show where Fingerprints opened for them, talked to Michael Owens, and he told him that he needed a slide, a bottleneck, for his guitar. Michael Owens had never played a guitar with a slide, but somehow Peter Hammill had a vision, and he was right, because from that moment Michael Owens started using bottleneck, and now he's become a respected rock and roll slide guitarist, and that slide is one of his most valued possessions. We have to say that several bands recorded their albums at the Blackberry Way record studio. For instance, Replacements, Trashmen, Princess the Revolution, Husker and Soul Asylum. As to Soul Asylum, David Kerner once said that Fingerprints were a very underrated band, and he was really surprised when he saw their singer and saxophonist Mark Throne doing backflips during their live show, and during the song "Now I Wanna Be a Space Girl," to be precise. Fingerprints were also mentioned in a number of the Rolling Stone magazine, as well as in a box set reissue of the Replacements in an interview. And now let's cover the analysis of the lyrics. They deal with social relationships, wishes, situations, and feelings. As to the engineering, we have to say that Michael Owens in 2021 completed, restored, retouched, and remixed all the 24 tracks. And then he had all the material to be mastered in the same year at the Abbey Road studios by Andy Walter. Now, of course, the 24 tracks are all pure fun from beginning to end, and the quality is the same, but I cannot make a track-by-track analysis. For this, I'm sending you to the written review that you can find at the link shown below on our official website. So I've chosen just a few tracks to mention you because they are very characteristic of the style of Fingerprints. First of all, now I want to be a Space Girl because of its drunken X solo in tapping, and thanks to an incredible refrain that really hits the nail on the head. And now I want to talk to you about Smiles for Sale because of its crazy saxophone parts that remind me of what John Zorn did a couple of decades later. And then A Place in My Heart, a song mixing contrasting parts, some dynamic, some dreamy ones. The dynamic ones sometimes have a style in the vein of Billy Idol's. And there is also an intervention of a musical box 3 times during the song. In the end, the musical box is so important that it makes us think of Christmas too. And then another important song to cite is Young Love, where vocalist Mark Throne sings between Mick Jagger and Iggy Pop. But at the same time, he also pioneers genres such as gothic rock and alternative rock acts like No Means No in the more solemn parts. Then we have We Can Get In, which is an eccentric blend of pop and blues with a bit of country. And there are also some vocals anticipating Les Claypool of Primus and Sausage fame. Of course, I know that the album was released in 2021, but somehow I think that the vibrations were in the air, and so Les Claypool caught them. But the first ones to have this idea were Fingerprints. Then I want to mention You Have to Push Them Over. This is incredible. This song starts with a true progressive metal riff when progressive metal wasn't even in its infancy. It was so many years ago. That's incredible. And what's even stranger is that there are other parts in the style of country and honky-tonk, and altogether the song works out pretty smoothly. Those who adore magnetic vocals should instead start with Burn Those Bridges, because it's a song containing unique and modern songwriting. The sentimental value of this CD is incredible, and we have to be grateful to Michael Owens because he's been able to save these songs frozen in time, and justice has been done after all these years. And now we have the band even on tour for very few limited appearances. In conclusion, the 24 tracks appear not to be 100% original, but the personal fingerprint isn't missing at all, and this leads to a quite distinct style that mixes the style of 2 guitarists across the 24 tracks, different mixes, even from one song to another. But all of this is wonderfully tied together by the amazing work of Michael Owens. And we have to say that he's also a true dowser of feelings translated into the language of music. So, Where the Beat Goes On is an unequaled and refreshing take on the colorful and adrenalinic side of the rock and roll genre. Hit the like button if you like this review, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, and let us know which video review you'd like next. Let's meet at the next video review.